It's a North Central footy report, and there's not any footy this weekend, but we're going to review last weekend. And Dale Hinkley joins me. Hey Dale, how you going?
Good, thanks, Wayne. Yeah, we're going pretty well. Had a good win last week, and we're looking forward to a bye this weekend and let everyone freshen up.
Oh, freshen up. I heard that you've had some rain through the week and you're using the time effectively and efficiently, but we're talking here of tractor time, is that right?
Yeah, I think it will be. We'll be kicking the heels up and steering the two-seaters and machines around the farm. So, yeah, it'll be quite timely.
Quite timely. And I think this used to be a interleague game that was played in the past. Your league's chosen to take the time off now, which is, I think, given the seeding and a lot of farming people through the 8 clubs, I think it's a timely thing to do.
Yeah, I think it is. Obviously, yeah, it depends where you come from, really, and from leagues to leagues, what they've decided to do. But yeah, for the North Central, we decided to let this one slide. And
last week's senior footy games, and Dale, the Donald boys kicked 12 goals, 20 behinds to beat Dwitcherproof 6-7. But I tell you what, even besides the inaccurate kicking, the Donald Royal Blues are looking pretty royal at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They had a good winner up there at Witcherproof last week, so they're cracking along very, very well at the moment. And yeah, Witcherproof also, to note, they've fought this game out pretty well to the line. It was a pretty respectable scoreline from them, and they'd be quite happy with that result, given that Donald are sitting on top nicely.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a big last quarter from Donald certainly got the job done, but they were right in the game, that is for sure. And defensive action was good. It was a low-scoring game. Donald also inaccurate with their kicking. Brady Haddo, one of their veterans, and Ross Young, another, just so hard to play against those quality footballers. Josh Potter was good too. Brady Haddo booted 3 and Burke booted a couple. Couple to Fowrie with his the performance, and then it was Lockie Van Schaik, also Damien Horbury and Joe Kenny, Samuel Fowrie and Jack Hutchison okay for a different look Witcherproof side this year. Having a look at Birchip Watcham, your boys, 18 goals, 17 over Charlton, 6 goals, 4. Some will call it a regulation win, but a win's a win. And gee, after the years of Charlton giving you blokes over at Birchip Watcham a bit of a flogging, it's nice to get one back on them.
Yeah, very nice it was. We had a good hit out over there against Charlton. It was a pretty balanced four-quarter performance from both sides. We had some good moments as well as Charlton did. They play a really good brand of footy, modern style. They like to switch the ball. They move it quite well and retain the footy as well, with a few of their obviously more experienced players controlling their team quite well. And once again, Tom Finlay was playing some best football that I've seen him play for a long time. So it's good to see that he's standing up for his home club. And we had some good players in Will Shan kicking another bag full of, I think it was 6 goals. So, he's playing some good football at the moment, and, he's going places.
Here's Stephen Pye. You celebrated a milestone for him too. He's one of your stars.
Yeah, he is. It was his 50th game. So, he's been a very reliable recruit that we picked up a few years ago, coming from Ballarat. So, he's very well liked around the club, and he's quite a character. So, he gives us a bit of a chuckle off field, Wayne. So, he's always good to have come up the high.
I see the centre-half back got his hand on the ball often enough for somebody on the sidelines to call D. Hinkley in the best. And big El Surrett must have got his hand on the ball a couple of times too to make the better players. Elliot Jeske was also named the Mandela Magic player. And Castellano with 4 up forward to support Will Shan, who is really looking like the premier forward in the North Central Footy League this year. Having a look now at the next one. See Leighton and Daly, 27-17 to St Arnaud 4-1. I'll tell you what, Dale, imagine if you're driving home to St Arnaud at 5 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon after the opposition has done you by more than 150 points.
Yeah, it'll be it wouldn't be the best feeling, but it happens. It happens from time to time, and they'll recover and bounce back. St Arnaud, they've actually got a whole list of their senior side was all locals players, so that's really good to see in country footy that they're backing in their local players and rebuilding. So they'll stick together and they'll push forward and move forward as a strong club in pretty big town down there at St Arnaud. So they'll bounce back. And Sea Lake, they're going really well. They'll be pretty happy with where they sit over a quarter of the way through the season now, being 4 and 5. So they're going quite well, Wayne.
They are going that good. Wedderburn playing good footy, 15-10 over Bort, 9-3. And I guess that with that win, it kind of says the top 4 sides who they are and who the bottom 4 sides are to some degree.
Yeah, it looks like that way. The top 4 and the bottom 4, I think, won't change too much. However, upsets can happen, and you have to be on your game each week. So anything can happen in 7 days. So looks like that way at the moment, Wayne.
It does look like it. Anything can happen in 14 days too, because you've got a week off of footy this week. Levi Moss with 3 and 4 to Tom Campbell for Wedderburn, and they're playing some pretty reasonable football. Talking about, though, the top 4 versus the bottom 4, and it looks something like this. The ladder has on top of the table Donald. Now, that's 5 wins and no losses. Sea Lake and Daly, 4 and 1. Birchip Watcham, 4 and 1. Wedderburn 4 and 1, and then Witcherproof 2 and 3, Bort 1 and 4, Charlton and St Arnaud yet to open their account after 5 matches of footy. So Dale, from your point of view at Birchip Watcham, you'd be looking at that going, gee, we want the double chance.
Also to mention, the percentage is probably going to be a big vital factor going forward into this body of the season to obviously boost that up for your side if you're up in that top end of the ladder, and even obviously if you're around the 4th and 5th spot, it's pretty important to also keep the stats going forward.
It is. Now, here's something interesting. If you are going to play finals footy, you want depth in your club. Here's the reserve grade, the Hoistlers Reserves Premiership ladder. Donald, 5 from 5. Sea Lake and Daly, 4 and 1. Wedderburn, 4 and 1. Birchip Watcham, 4 and 1. Same top 4, same game score in terms of games, wins and losses. So it does seem to follow suit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That quite reflects the top half in the seniors as well. So it's indicating that both teams are quite strong in their lists at the moment, and hopefully that it stays that way. The boys in the reserves can manage to get into the finals, because in the past we haven't done too well in the reserves, but they're cracking along quite well. And to mention that the coaches of Birchip Watcham this year is James Murray. He's a head researcher at BCG, and obviously Andrew Franks, a stalwart down at Watcham, and they're going along quite well. Matt Berry's kicking a lot of goals, and they're ticking along well.
They're doing a good job. Okay, let's have a look at the 17s, because Sea Lake and Daly Tigers lead it. They've got a 3 and 1 record. Also have had the bye, because in this grade that Wedderburn don't have a 17s this year, which is a big surprise, I think, for everyone around the league. Birchip Watcham second in the 17s, a 4 and 1 record from 5 games. So you haven't had to have that bye yet against Wedderburn. Haven't played them. Bort 2 and 2 and 1, and Donald 3 and 2 and Zipper. So haven't had the bye. And St Arnaud 2-1, Charlton 1-3, and Witcherproof 0-4. Couple of things to point out probably here. Sea Lake and Daly Tigers, their juniors are always right up there, and your juniors tend to be, particularly in this grade, but the age profile going from 16 to 17, that's been a good thing, I think, for the local clubs.
Yeah, it definitely has, I think. Coming from my junior days, it was under 17s and under 14s, Wayne, and I thought that, for most players, it helps them more so than the others that are developing quite quickly. It obviously keeps that younger group together to play an extra season in their age group, and obviously makes them enjoy their football. That extra year that they might not go step up to senior ranks and choose something else to do than Saturday sport of either hockey, netball or football. What we're talking about, but I think that's been a good thing, I think the 14s also, which we'll touch on in a bit, going from 13s to 14s has been good too. Yeah,
okay, let's have a look at Birchip Watcham, your club. You've got the 4 wins and just the 1 loss. How have you seen the start of the year? How do you, I guess as one of the A-grade footballers, the senior footballers, looking at some of the kids coming through, any names that I should be looking out for?
Yeah, definitely. We actually had a debutant last week, Wayne. He's Watcham born and bred, Ty Colbert. He played his first senior game last year, and he's definitely having a breakout year. He's top age, didn't seem to be fazed by the tempo last week. And being a left footer, he's slotted in very nicely out on the wing, and he's quite hard running and a very good user. So yeah, he's one to watch. And obviously we've got another Hogan name, a Riley Hogan, coming through. These are the older boys in the list at the moment. Lockie Randall and Charlie Frank, all midfielders and coming along very well. Coach Jared Tyler's got the boys, going pretty well. And there's another tall ruckman we've got in there, Will Marks. He seems to be developing at a rapid pace. So, yeah, he's the ruckman and giving them first use around the ground.
Good stuff. Okay. The under-14s, and Steve Burke is your coach there. I know that from the butcher shop. He's a good bloke, and he'd love you to get in there and buy a kilo of mince and snags and a kilo of T-bones while you're at it. But how's he going coaching these under-14s?
Yeah, he's going just as good as his nice lamb chops that he cuts up every Friday morning for the weekend. But he's very happy. I was just speaking to him last night at training, and yeah, he was quite impressed that even with the bye this weekend, he still had 16 on the track lane. So yeah, he's quite lucky to have a couple of numbers there, and obviously, yeah, he's got 5 or 6 that are even probably from the Auskick age bracket that are helping him out each week with numbers. But yeah, there's a few numbers there, or names I should say, that are going really well, that have got the extra year. Obviously, we only played 10 to 11 games with the COVID season last year, so allowing these under 13 boys to play under 14s again has been a great benefit to them, and obviously, getting the under 17s crack as well when they can. But yeah, Devlin Daniels, Charlie Barber, Kobe Hamilton and Holly Cook are really going well, slotting in quite well. And the younger fellas, River Ryan and Oscar Sharp from Sharp's Bakery, is Sharpie's son. He's having a real good crack.
Good crack. I bet he'd get in there after school and get onto one of those vanilla slices that do me. Birch Watcham in 7th place here, but I just talking about Steve there from Burke's Butchers. He wouldn't do too much running with the under-14s, would he?
No, he's a bit of a keeper, or would you say a magnet warrior. He stands on the sidelines and he does. He commands the boys, and he does a really good job. They had a really good win last week, actually, to mention, and they had plenty of spirit singing the same song.
I reckon he'd stand in the middle and the guys would do circle work around the coach, if you know what I'm saying. So, good stuff. Sea Lake and Daly lead the way, 5 and zip. Donald are 5 and zip. They look like the two sides this year. Sonata 3 and 2, Bort 3 and 2, Charlton 2 and 3, Wedderburn 1 and 4, Birchip 1 and 4, and Witcherproof Narraport 0 and 4. It's a big year thanks to the Uniting Church under 14s there, and good to have on board the grades of football, and to see Witcherproof putting a team on the park in this season for 14s and 17s. Unfortunately, Wedderburn not able to do 17s, but to keep football going in the country, great to see. And Dale Hinkley, good to have you on board. I know that you're going to enjoy the break, so you take a rest up, and we'll look forward to catching you next week as we preview the games.
No worries, Wayne. Thanks.